Welcome back to the Tahoe Real Estate Show. We're joined again with Carl Hasty from the Tahoe Transportation District. Carl, we were talking about some of the projects that the district is working on and overseeing. And one that caught my attention in my mind was the bike development or some of the bike paths here within the Tahoe Basin. Can you elaborate maybe a little more?
Sure. The bike trail network is an extremely important part of Tahoe's future. As we move much more towards a recreation base and get away from gaming and the like, the bike trails we're seeing more and more demand from the public as they come up here. And the bike public actually spends a fair amount of money.
That's
so it really is economic development here at the lake. And so having a bike network all the way around the basin, not just mountain bike trails, but paved bike trails and like, really are important to the different choices that people want to have in experiencing Tahoe, be it the woods, the meadows, or the lake.
Two big projects that the district is working on, starting with the first one on the North Shore up by Fanny Bridge off of Highway 89.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Well, these two projects that we're going to talk about here really are very similar, just different in scale, but they are here to help alleviate some of the traffic problems we've had in the past, as well as to create opportunity and address some of the water quality issues which the transportation system really is a problem for. And at Tahoe City, the idea is, and if you've ever been up there in the summertime or even the wintertime at Fanny Bridge, that is major conflict with pedestrians and bicyclists, and you have a big queuing of cars here on either side.
If you ever try to leave on a busy, on a Monday, I mean, the queue can be, 20 minutes.
Right, so this project is looking to make a slight change or a little bit of realignment of 89, put some roundabouts in, rehabilitate Fanny Bridge because it's structurally deficient, and make that a much more, less conflict in there and a much more fluid situation there from a transportation as well as water quality improvement and the like there. Down here at South Shore, we have a very similar project, again different in scale with the South State Line area, a project that's been envisioned for years in the two community plans of Douglas County and the city, and that's to realign a section of US 50 around it and make our first local main street at Lake Tahoe. I don't know if everybody realizes when you think about it, all of our main streets are highways.
Right.
And so the effort to kind of extend the Heavenly Village throughout that entire mile-length corridor is the idea. And bring, with these public investments, often you end up then bringing along a lot of private sector investment with adjacent properties. So a number of things get addressed. Congestion, economic development, improvements here in water quality and air quality, and hopefully a solution for what the community needs to help freshen up Lake Tahoe.
I think there's been some negative information out there in the press based on some misinformation or maybe people not understanding the entire scope and scale of this project. If you want more information, what's the best resource?
The best place to go would be to start with is our website, which is at tahoetransportation.org. And you can find information there on any of our projects. We're in the environmental scoping phase of that right now, looking at alternatives. So all public comment and input is welcome. And we very much want the public to be engaged on this. It's an important part of the process to create a successful solution.
Carl, you and your organization have been great partners here for the future of the Lake Tahoe Basin. I know your offices are located on Kingsbury on the South Shore?
That's correct, on Kingsbury, but as we noted, we're all over the lake. We do operate the transit system here at South Shore, another key component to addressing water quality and air quality types of problems and improvements and providing choices for people, and that's here housed out of South Lake Tahoe.
Carl, I appreciate you taking time to join us today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right, stay tuned. Just a little bit more of the Tahoe Real Estate Show after the break.